And welcome back to the Cincy Stripes show.
Yo.
We got the free agency frenzy going on today. Bunch of free agency stuff, bunch of news. We signed Zach Moss, tied in Mike Gesicki, safety Geno Stone, and we're closing in on Sheldon Rankins as of the last, half hour, 45 minutes.
Yep.
So hopefully we can get the details of that signing here soon. And then, kind of see what we can work with for DJ Reader, because we definitely need him back for with Rankins if we get this done.
For sure.
I mean, honestly, it started out slow, obviously, for the Bengals. You saw like the big names going off the board hot quick. I know me and Colton were like, is Duke gonna not do much? But as he's shown, maybe he doesn't jump on it right away the first couple hours, but he's definitely made some big moves that have filled holes for our team. Not completely done yet. Obviously, we still need a true nose tackle and a right tackle now that Jonah's gone. But you got to be happy with the moves we made. Strategic moves, guys who have played a lot of football, who have produced consistently too. I mean, I'm excited for these free agents.
Yeah, my only heartbreaker so far is just trading Joe Mixon.
Sure.
Gotta love the guy. He's definitely one of my favorite Bengals in the last, since I really started watching football in 2010. So I mean, losing him is kind of hurtful to me. But we did gain Zach Moss. Harrison Kitchen in the chat said Zach Moss to the moon.
Yep.
So
Shout out Hair.
What's up, Hair?
So let's hope that Zach Moss can put something together here in Cincy.
He looked good when he had the starting role in Indy. I mean, he was very productive. Not a crazy amount of carries. I don't know. I'd have to look at the numbers, but I think he floated right around 15 to 20 carries a game.
Yeah.
Right around 4 yards a carry. So I mean, that's something that you want from a starting back. He's not the fastest dude, but he's quick. I think that he definitely will make an impact for us. I will say though, I do think Chase Brown is going to have a way bigger role this season than last season. It's probably going to be close to a 50-50 split if I had to guess.
I know they wanted to get cheaper at the position. Zach Moss is more of a pass blocker than like Mixon was. We need somebody to kind of fill that role, since Sample was kind of just being that role at the end of the year in the backfield. We were watching his highlights, me and Jordan Moore, before we were watching the show and everybody got here. And like we've seen multiple times on Twitter, it's just like Zach Moss is a guy that can kind of do the similar things to what we had when we had P. Ryan. Me and Jordan were kind of thinking he's like another version of P. Ryan in the way he catches the ball and makes plays after receiving it, and then just he gets down the field. He doesn't really hesitate, kind of like how Mixon does. He just hits the holes and goes. He'll just either truck him over or he'll get trucked.
Yeah, he's definitely not a dance around back. When he sees the hole, he takes it, which kind of excites me a little bit because I think the Bengals have struggled getting north and south. Some of that's comes from the line. Not always getting that push on the run game, but it's a new era in Cincinnati for sure.
For sure.
It's weird seeing like all the guys that we kind of grew up watching now are officially gone. I mean, Dalton, Mixon, Green, Boyd, obviously probably not coming back. So kind of makes you like a little bit sad, but also excited for the future. The Super Bowl roster, even, that was only 3 years ago, but that roster is completely different now.
I think the only person left from that Super Bowl roster is Burrow and a couple others, but I'm not really sure. Free agency's really got me excited and kind of just like, hopefully the Bengals aren't done. Like we said, I don't think they're done. More moves will be made tonight, and I'm excited.
Yeah, hoping for more, like Gary said, get a true nose tackle back. Hopefully it's Reader. I think Reader and Rankins be crazy to have.
Otherwise, teams are still going to be running all down our throats, especially with Derrick Henry going to Baltimore.
Yeah,
gotta stop him now.
Chubb will be back.
Oh man, I know I put it in our chat, or actually I posted it on Twitter, but got to be one of the most like interdivision signings like in the last couple of years. I don't know the numbers obviously, but just from the big name guys, like obviously like the Ravens, have kind of been on the losing end of those, but it's kind of like dang, even obviously Saquon going to the Eagles. Some guys are like going to their division rivals, and it's like
Patrick Queen to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's kind of wild.
Geno obviously to the Bengals. We didn't really talk about Geno.
Yeah.
That was a good signing, I think.
Great signing.
We allowed the most like explosive plays down the field last year via the pass. So I think Geno Stone comes in. He's a good ball hawk. He had second most picks in the NFL behind Bland last year. So
I think it also just shores up that safety room too. I mean, I don't think the Bengals obviously lost faith in Battle and Hill. I just think that they wanted to get a guy who is more of a vet, who's still younger on the young side, but has proven that he can play and do the right things consistently. I am kind of curious though. What do you guys think they're going to do with Dax now? You think that he's going to kind of move to that slot hybrid role, or like what do you guys think?
I think they'll put him in a lot of different positions. I know, I guess roaming safety wasn't really his strongest. He can still do it, but I heard he plays really well in the box. But I would like to see him at slot. I think he can do really good. Or put him on a tight end. I think he can handle tight ends.
Yeah, he's so fast. Like, I mean, he's electric too. I mean, obviously, it just kind of seemed like the ball wasn't bouncing his way last year. He had a couple opportunities to make interceptions, but obviously, you got to live and you learn. I think he's going to be a great player for us. It just, like I said, sometimes this game is a lot of luck. And it just kind of came down to, it just wasn't his moment in those times. But I do really think that with a veteran like Geno Stone, who's been with obviously Mac McDonald in that system, I think this is only going to benefit Dax.
And that Mike McDonald system was a tough defense, a tough system to learn. I think he's going to fit well here with Lou. I think he's going to take on, or I think Dax is going to take on kind of more of the Trey Flowers on I think he was on that Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Where he was mostly just guarding tight ends. Obviously, he'll be in on special other packages because they're not going to not use him. But since it just makes you kind of think, since he was a first round pick, I don't know. I guess
draft pedigree.
Yeah. That just that draft pedigree, when we signed Dax, it wasn't really a questionable move because we knew Bates was on our way out, but kind of we wanted to see more from Dax when we knew he was going to be our first round pick and going to be our starting safety for the future. But now it's just dang.
I will say though, obviously his production might not be as high as what people are expecting in a tight end of his talent, but Gesicki, man, that excites me. Finally having a tight end who's got the speed, who can stretch the field for us. I really think that he's going to put up big numbers this year.
He's going to line up in the slot.
I'm not saying 1,000 yards or anything like that, but I definitely think he could be in the 800 to 900 yards, right around 10 touchdowns. Burrow likes his tight ends, and I think that Gesicki is probably. I mean, I wouldn't say probably. He is the most talented tight end that Burrow's had.
Definitely pass catching wise, 100%. Yeah, he's more of a receiver than he is.
He's just a big receiver more than he is a tight end.
Yeah. But real quick, Harrison said Zach Moss had more yards and touchdowns than Chubb last year.
That's
huge.
That was just funny because
Chubb got hurt.
Yeah.
Hair the statistician.
Yeah. And then Ethan said there's a lot of people saying we're going to sign a cornerback, which I've been seeing a lot of that too.
Fuller.
Fuller for sure. I've seen that's a guy I would love to get.
Him and Cam Taylor-Britt would be our 1-2. Mike Hill slide and rotate DJ in, or if an injury sadly
Fuller would be when we signed Awuzie back.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Fuller is older than what Awuzie was at the time, obviously. But Fuller's a proven corner that I would like to have on our team and lead our defensive back room for sure.
Do any of you guys know when Ivy's projected to return?
Hopefully by the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that'd be clutch too if we can get him back. He was just showing signs he was.
That would be a deep cornerback room, especially if we get Fuller. Our secondary would take a big turn. I think would be take a big leap from last year. Obviously, they were kind of underrated last year because you didn't know what DJ Turner would be. But if we ended up getting Fuller and Cam Taylor-Britt would be a nasty 1-2 as long as Fuller plays up to what he kind of did this year in Washington. And then Mike, as long as he stays the way Mike is, and then DJ Turner and Ivy kind of rotating in as pieces would be huge for us.
Yeah, Harrison said Jamar, J. Jettas, and Gesicki's gritties will go crazy. We didn't really want to touch too much on the whole Jefferson trade rumors, but I mean it would be cool. Don't get me wrong.
I mean my offer to the Vikings would be T and 2 firsts.
Like I said earlier when we were upstairs, hey, I'll sprinkle in a third to be nice.
Yeah, I mean I feel obviously that's a haul.
Yeah.
But I mean Justin Jefferson is, shout out Chase, but he's obviously, the best receiver.
He's definitely he's wide receiver 1.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at just straight numbers, 1,000 yards this year and he missed 7 games. So you got to look at, but I get it if you're the Vikings too. But when it comes down to it, is he even going to stay in Minnesota?
I saw he turned down $30 million. I mean, that's a lot of money to turn down.
If you're going to give up 2 firsts, though, I want to make sure obviously J. Jettas is staying, not just doing 1 year. Or do you guys think just
I
even
I
if it's
said
just the 1 year,
I joked around upstairs saying like, oh, just take his 5th year option and just
let
just
him go walk after that?
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, if we got the ring, I'm down. If we get the ring,
Yeah.
I don't. But that brings up a good point, though. I kind of want to talk about. Everybody's kind of been talking about it on Twitter. What do you guys think we do with T, and what do you think he does as far as playing on the tag or not? And then, do you think we actually trade him this season or not?
Man, Bengals, they're notoriously known for not trading unless they win the trade. T, we haven't heard anything from T about playing on the tag, not playing on the tag. All we got so far is him just requesting the trade. We don't even know. Honestly, we don't even have a reliable source saying that we're looking into a trade.
I don't think we're going to trade him. I think they want to keep T for another year and have another run at it. Like we've said on the pod, those 3 games where him, Burrow, Higgins, and Chase were all healthy, they led the league in like average yards per play. And they're hoping, obviously, the injuries are bound to happen, sadly. Like, hopefully it doesn't happen to them. Like, if they can all 3 stay healthy for the full season, then I think they can make another run. But if you're not going to keep T, I think he's going to play on the tag and just stay in Cincy for this year. I've been hearing that, maybe not really from sources, but like I think they'd probably tag him again next year. And then if you're going to just tag him next year, then I think you trade him and try to get something out of him.
It doesn't help his case that guys who are right at his caliber or even lower his caliber are getting paid bags with, a lot of guaranteed money. And then it's a really deep receiver class. So, it kind of limits his market because teams are going to see like, how much do we really want to give up when we could probably get a really good rookie for a lot cheaper, for the picks that we'd be giving up with less capital. And then you look at it too, as like, if we trade for him, we're going to have to sign him. And do we want to pay him all this money? Which I think he's worth it. But at the end of the day, it is a business. So I see both sides of it. But if I am the Bengals, I definitely look at it as hope he plays this year and then look to tag and trade next year if that's what he wants. If you don't get a deal done. I mean, obviously I think the Bengals should look to be getting him a deal done, but he's wanting wide receiver 1 money, rightfully so.
Ridley got $92 million, and he's got the same agent, and T is, I think, a lot better than Ridley is, and he's a lot younger. I mean, Ridley's 29. He got a 4-year, $92 million deal for the Titans, which is a big muff on them when they could have just paid A.J. Brown and kept him.
Yeah, signed D-Hop and now Ridley in the back-to-back years after trading him.
Yeah, it's just...
It does bring up a lot of questions about the draft, though. Like, where do the Bengals go? Obviously free agency is not even close to over, but say we make one more splash on defense, but we don't bring in a tackle. You think it kind of forces us to go offensive tackle first round?
I think so.
I'm hoping that we bring in Trent Brown or Mekhi Becton, and then we can still draft the tackle and then let him sit a year. And if we do that, you can draft the tackle in like the second, maybe like use one of the thirds we got on a tackle. Maybe like guy like a Patrick Paul, and then in the first you can take literally whoever you want. Hopefully we bring in DJ back, but he's on his way to Detroit. So
tomorrow he is. We still got time. I don't know what time that flight leaves, but
because if we were to
we
get
got time.
DJ back, then you can for sure. And then Fuller, if we were to bring Fuller, DJ, and then sign like a Trent Brown, then you can literally go in drafting whoever you want and whoever's available at pick 18 and the best player.
And
you want to go.
A comment point out to Uncle Shane. He commented, cheap moves with a lot of upside. Kind of like the 2021 free agency. We made those cheap moves. I wouldn't say like too cheap, but compared to like what Lawson got and
right.
You know what I mean? Like William Jackson, what he got from the Commanders that year with Wouzier and like Hendricks and what we got it was kind of cheaper. And Hilton. And this year, I mean, the moves we're making, I'm really liking so far. I mean, I feel like we could do more.
Yeah.
Obviously, as a fan, I want what is it? Kylo Ren, more, just as much as we possibly can do to win. But I mean, I'm chilling with the front office. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
First couple hours going into tampering, I'm like, Duke Tobin hasn't
Wake
even.
Up.
Dude said his alarm.
He's a night owl, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's like I was saying. I mean, we've signed guys who are consistent and produce. I mean, maybe not the biggest names ever, but they show up and they do their jobs, and they definitely are gonna.
They get guys.
Jordan's laughing over there. He's like,
they get guys that are definitely.
No, I put Harrison's comment up on the screen. Says chat. We all pumped. Irv Smith is going to destroy the Chiefs from the inside out. or inside because of how bad he is. Bengal for life.
Sure.
I
No,
mean,
he'll end up going and balling in Kansas City.
yeah, if you go to Kansas City, you're guaranteed the hit it big almost.
What's your guys' like biggest shocker in the free agency so far?
Total free agency?
Yeah, just overall. Like
I think mine is
Total
kind of how much
shocker.
like the Texans are buying in. I mean, they replaced Greenard, who went to Minnesota, and they brought in Daniil Hunter. They traded for Mixon because they were also in on the Derrick Henry and the kind of bigger running back sweepstakes, and they end up just getting like a cheaper running back who can also still produce for you. And he's a good pass catcher. Like Mixon's going to do well for Stroud and the boys.
mine is either how much Kirk got paid or Josh Jacobs going to Green Bay.
Not Ridley. Not how much Ridley got paid.
I mean, I talked about it a little bit that it like, but I think Kirk
look at his agent, though.
Kirk coming off an Achilles and kind of being like, obviously his age is 30, 35, 36.
Another move is like Deontay Johnson to the Panthers.
Yeah.
I saw something that was like, so he's not a negative role model for George Pickens. George Pickens is his own negative role model.
I mean, what a duo, Dangerous and Pickens.
Yeah. And then, I saw that they're closing in on Tyler Boyd.
Yeah.
So
that's solid receiving room though. I mean,
It actually shocked me, Patrick Queen going to Pittsburgh.
yeah.
Obviously, I just thought Patrick Queen would go somewhere else, like maybe go with McDonald to Seattle since Bobby's a free agent. Well, not anymore. He went to Washington, but
Yeah.
I just thought McDonald would take him with him.
Going back to Gary's question, I have to say the Panthers. They gave a guard $100 million.
was that Robert Hunt?
Yeah.
Robert Hunt.
From Miami.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the guard that caught that one pass wasn't supposed to touch.
Hey, that
Yeah.
pass, kind of worth it.
Should have been a touchdown.
$100 million catch.
Hey, did we
Yeah.
talk about the contract Sheldon Rankins got?
2 years.
It's 2 years,
We didn't
26
talk
mil.
about
We
it.
didn't talk about it yet, but
That's a good
2 years,
good
26
contract.
mil. I mean, that's good.
They
Yeah.
said about 14 mil
Yeah,
year
14
one.
Yeah, I mean, that's
You'll definitely take that.
Oh yeah.
I would love a Reader or another like a Tart still, like somebody else, and then you can still go and draft one like we were talking about.
I think if they do anything, if they get Reader back, they'll just draft Sweat.
That would
He's another nose tackle when you get two guys.
I would love Sweat.
It's better than Tupou.
Yeah.
Ethan's wondering if we should bring in another running back.
I mean, we have 3 right now on the roster.
I think we get one in the mid to late rounds.
We have 4.
I mean, we have
We re-signed Travion.
Chase Brown, and Zach Moss.
Do we still have Chris Evans?
Oh yeah,
we should-
yeah, so we have 4
right now. Yeah,
Chris Evans, sprinkles in a player 3 every 6 games.
Yeah.
So it's rare to see a sighting of Chris Evans.
Side note though, hats off to Callahan down there in Tennessee making moves. Though I mean, obviously the Ridley was probably an overpay, but in general, they are trying to make some splashes. I mean,
They're in talks to try to get Snead from
Yeah.
Kansas City.
losing Derrick Henry, but I mean, you bring in Pollard.
They beefed up the line.
Yeah, I mean,
They got in Cushenberry from
I think
Denver.
we're all Callahan fans, so
I'll
like-
be rooting for Callahan.
I like
for
to see
sure.
that he's getting to make his team in Tennessee now. But brought in Rudolph too.
Mason Rudolph QB battle in Tennessee. Rudolph versus Levis. Who wins that battle? No, they'll rock with Levis, and if
I
he's
think-
thinking, then I think
I was going
Rudolph.
to say I think they got to roll with Levis just because he was their draft pick, but you never know.
You got Jerry Jeudy got traded to Cleveland. He'll be rocking number 3. I know Jordan doesn't think it moves the needle much.
He's just a guy.
He's just
He's just a guy.
All right, Tori.
He's just a guy. I'm not that big of a fan of Jerry Jeudy, but
He's got all the talent. He just hasn't really produced. I mean, he was insane in Alabama, dude.
isn't everyone though?
True.
Yeah,
I mean,
look at all the quarterbacks.
look at all the quarterback.
hey, Tua.
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones.
Hey,
I was trying-
Jalen Hurts technically.
I couldn't even watch Mike Gesicki highlights earlier without noticing how bad Mac Jones really is.
I did notice the same thing. Like Gesicki made a crazy catch. He had like dive for it. I'm like, dude, Mac Jones was so bad.
Look, watch every single one of Mac Jones's throws. It's no legs.
Really,
No legs. They're just like that. It kind of looks like Aaron Rodgers, but really bad. A really
like a Dollar General Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, not even Dollar General. Like it's Timu.
Oh, wow.
Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
bad.
rough. I mean, I just like free agency, especially after it ends, because you kind of forget about where everybody went for a little bit,
Mhm.
and then like after the draft and everything, it kind of gets like right before preseason, and you're like, oh wow, oh yeah, this guy's there. Like it's a whole new season with all new fresh faces.
I don't think that part hits me until I play Madden and I
Yeah.
see all those players on the
I
like
mean,
different players on the roster.
That's always the fun part to me. I'm always like, oh crap, yeah, like this guy's here now, and like
You know,
gonna-
best of luck to Jonah. He's in Arizona.
Yeah.
2 years, 30 mil.
got that left tackle.
Ethan said, "What
he'll be
about
right
Clyde
back.
and Burrow back
I
together?"
think he'll be right tackle.
I mean,
I like
feel
Clyde. I like him.
Clyde,
I'd be okay
but
with
you would
that.
bring him in for.
He's what 25, 26?
but
Yeah.
Wouldn't you
He's
bring
younger.
him in for more of a pass pro?
Yeah,
And I feel like you brought Zach Moss in for that. So like,
I do like. We were watching Zach Moss highlights earlier. I think he's all right. He doesn't. If he's not going to toss with me pregame, then I don't
I don't want it.
I don't want him. But you know, I mean, Joe Mixon's
What
a
number
favorite.
is he gonna wear?
Who? Zach
Zach
Moss?
Moss.
Better not be 28.
I,
Better not be 28.
He wears 21 in Indy, right?
Yeah,
and that's my.
can't be
Mike's
21. Ooh, running back
He'll
number
probably be Mixon's number. He'll probably
33.
take it.
33 is open.
He'll probably take.
Ah, Nick Scott.
Nick Scott's cut. So
He'll probably take 20.
big announcement here. Nick Scott's
Yeah.
cut. You know, I love that. Favorite move so far.
Breaking news. I don't know, man. I just think that personally, I don't see them bringing in Clyde. Not that they already brought in Zach Moss.
Nothing wrong with Clyde. I just don't see it. Shane, you know, he asked Gesicki over under 5 touchdowns this year.
I would say over.
He took the over.
As long as Burrow stays healthy, I think he gets the over.
I mean, even if he doesn't, I think Browning would still find a way to hit him.
I'm saying.
let's not bring it up like we want it.
Oh, I'm not like saying I want it, but I'm saying that Browning has shown that he can still like his favorite targets were like Hudson and
Are you
Sample.
on the Browning over Burrow train then?
No, not
Somebody clip it.
Whoa,
Colton wants Browning.
whoa,
What? Something
getting
happened?
political over here with the Browning and Burrow.
He
No, I
wants
thought you were
Browning,
talking about me. No,
I'll take the over though. 5 touchdowns. I like that. I mean, he's a really good pass catcher
It's a solid line.
for sure. Great line, Shane. Honestly, watch he'll get 4, or he'll be at 5.
Yeah.
we probably would have set Irv Smith a little that high too, and man have one.
I would have set him like.
Hey Shane, do we want to set it at 4.5 or 5.5? We had to go halves this year.
Yeah, let us know, Shane.
Let us know 4.5 or 5.5. Then I'll give you my for sure answer.
Harrison said, "Would you trade T Higgins to Minnesota in exchange for the Timberwolves moving?"
Yeah,
to
I was gonna bring up how we might have to ban Harrison from watching our streams.
No, man, you can't ban Harrison.
I'll take it. We need a basketball team in Cincinnati.
We do
And
100% need a basketball team here. I would love it. Bring back the Cincinnati Royals.
Bring back the Royals and get the Big O statue up.
For real.
100%.
Shout out Big O.
One of the greatest. You know, not really recognized.
Oh, we didn't even talk about Kirk's big deal to Atlanta.
I just said
He
that. I
brought
was
it
kind of
up.
surprised
Oh,
that
did
how
we?
much he
I
got
didn't-
paid. I mean,
Who's wearing number 8?
What's up?
I think
It-
I saw like a clip.
Cal Pitt.
He's
Cal Pitt's
wearing-
giving up.
I bet Kirk wears 6 and it's 5, 6, 7, 8.
I saw just a picture of them, it was an edit, and he was wearing 12. It looked kind of good on him. Like
12.
He said,
I've only seen Kirk in number 8, so that's like all I know him for.
yeah, but I don't know. He just takes
His Twitter handle's like Kirk Cousins 8, I think. Like it's something like that.
I don't think it's that deep, but
It's that deep. It's that deep.
yeah, I mean, he just got paid, so he could probably offer Kyle Pitts. He's like, I'll throw you touchdowns if you give me
Yeah, right.
give me the number.
Cal Pitt's like, well, I don't have Johnny Smith. Let's look at we're Arthur Smith, so I'll get utilized this
Oh,
year.
kidding.
So 20 minutes ago, while we've been live, I don't know if you guys have been on Twitter. The coldest who like.
Oh, shout out to the coldest, man.
Yeah,
He's getting
that's what I'm saying.
he's getting some stuff
He's
on here.
still in the market for cornerback on the defensive side of the ball, which we think will probably be Fuller. If not, they'll go somewhere else. He said offensively, he's been told not to roll out another running back signing, although it's very unlikely. I just want to get your thoughts on this part, is why I'm talking about it. He believes a receiver will be signed, but not a high level one. Still looking for another tight end.
Renfro,
Also fill in that right tackle spot.
maybe Renfro.
So I was wanting to know.
We got Charlie Jones.
what
He's
receiver-
comparable to Renfro's
Yeah, I guess you're right. I mean, why not? Why
stature.
Why
and-
not give your young guys the shot?
I still want to know why he. Remember, because like yesterday he tweeted 4. I was thinking Curtis Samuel. Like I know you talked. You said
I would love Curtis Samuel.
Curtis Samuel for like a 1-year deal.
It's really
But-
fast. Ethan asked, do we see Tanner Hudson also having a big season if we do bring him back? I would love to
There's a
bring
lot-
back Hudson.
There's a decent amount of people interested in Hudson.
I mean, define big season.
Yeah.
I mean, if he plays, I mean,
He'll be 29 this year, I think.
I think Gesicki's obviously going to get all the main reps. But obviously you rotate tight
When-
ends in.
you
But
know, you look at the Gesicki signing. He only signed 1 year, $3.5 million. Last year he signed 1 year, $4.5 million with the Patriots. Obviously, he had a bad season with the Patriots. Anyone's going to have a bad season with the Patriots. But I think we got that extra compensatory pick with the third round. So I think we take tight end for sure in the third round. Like whether it's Ben Sinnott or some other
Was
guy.
Moss a 1 year or
Zach Moss, 2 year.
Oh, 2 year.
2 years. I don't have the
I
number.
remember.
I don't have the numbers in
I
front
would
of me.
definitely say tight end will be in the first 4 rounds for us.
100%.
There's a lot of guys that
I'm a
like.
big fan of Ben Sinnott.
I mean, if you cover all the holes and Bowers is there, hey. But at the same time, is Bowers going to be there?
Well, who's our right tackle going to be?
Well, I said if we fill the holes, like if we sign Trip.
Well, who's left? Trent Brown. That's it.
You would definitely still take tackle.
No, you still like.
Yeah, Trent Brown's
That's why I said, like,
30.
Patrick Paul in like the later rounds, like third round.
Isn't Patrick Paul left tackle?
Nah, he moves around at the Senior Bowl.
I've been seeing people on,
His reaction.
Do my
Oh,
on people on Twitter are like posting clips of Fuaga and are like pick 18. I'm like,
I love
I
Fuaga.
don't think he'll be there though.
no, I don't know. He's like Fuaga reminds me a lot of Sewell. You know, not honestly, probably not as good as Sewell,
Well, yeah,
but
Sewell was a top 5 pick.
oh
Well,
yeah,
he wasn't, I mean, obviously wasn't 5th, but he was a top 5 talent.
yeah, he's 6 picks, so he's top
Yeah,
6.
yeah.
But really athletic. You know,
Yeah.
guard, which not guard, tackle. I would love to have someone that athletic at that position.
Dude, if we got Fuaga, I mean, that's your cornerstone right tackle.
Oh, for sure.
He's going to be a absolute stud.
And that's what I kind of think their mindset is maybe like go tackle first round right now. But if we sign, like if they were to sign Trent Brown to like maybe a 2 year, then maybe not. Maybe if the tackle's there, they take them. But like
I would love to move up in the second to take a defensive tackle.
I think if Fuaga, Latham, if they're there at 18, I think they take one.
One of those two. I'm fine with either of those
I
two.
don't want Mims anymore.
He just, he didn't work out at his pro day. He just did bench, right?
Didn't he?
Yeah.
He also got
Bowers too.
he also
Bowers
got hurt at the
It's,
Combine, too. Was it Mims?
Mims and Bowers both
Yeah.
had hamstring issues and didn't participate in anything like other than the bench.
those hammies, man. They can bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Sometimes those are lingering and they just pop back up anytime.
Yeah. I mean, muscle injuries like that in general. But
Hmm.
I mean, I just feel like if you're the Bengals and those two are there, I mean, how could you pass up on them? Especially because right now, whoever we bring in is going to be kind of like I mean, Trent Brown's on a project. He's just older. But Becton is a project. You just don't know what you're going to get from him.
It's just, you know, the injuries are there. Frank Pollock drafted Becton.
Yeah, he liked
So, I
he
mean,
loved him. Like
That's a reason why I think we could go Becton, but I don't know with his injury history if I like that.
It's tough. Then again, I mean, you look at T. Higgins. I mean, we all love T. Higgins, but I mean, let's be real here. He has had some injury issues. So I mean, that's something we probably could get past.
Forgot to say best of luck to Chidobe.
Yeah, you know,
Ryan.
Cheeto, you know,
He got
good
paid,
luck.
He got a bigger bag than he did with our contract for
Oh,
us.
for sure. Yeah.
So,
I don't know. Tennessee's out here overpaying. So
I think it's the new regime.
you gotta
bring
bring
in
in
guys
some
you
guys.
want to kind of set
Build
your locker
around.
room and
Yeah.
set your team around.
Callahan knows how it is to rebuild a team.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Tennessee.
he's going to do it the right
looks
way.
pretty solid on paper. I mean, they obviously have holes, but I
What
mean,
pick do they have?
They're in the right projection.
I think I saw they're
It's
probably
odd.
going to go tackle at their top pick.
In the meantime, so we figure that out. Harrison asked, "What team do you think Mike Williams is going to, and how many yards/touchdowns is he putting up when he becomes a chief?"
Yeah,
Titans have 7, by the way.
yeah, I
Oh,
think they're going to
so
go
right.
tackle.
Seventh.
So.
Mike Williams, I would say probably either the Chiefs or another top contender in the AFC. I think he goes the AFC though, personally.
Steelers,
Maybe I was thinking maybe Bills too,
Bill, yeah.
but they don't really have. They don't.
Gabe
like
Davis
the
with the
money.
Jaguars, so
don't
they
really
kind of
have-
need.
They don't really have money, but I would say probably just betting money.
Dude,
I would
there's
say Chiefs
the,
or Bills would be my.
the Browns have no money, and they're still out here signing people.
I think another sleeper receiver who obviously is not as good as he once was is Mike Thomas.
I don't think he's been cut yet, but he's about to be.
Yeah,
like
he's
they had to wait till the
obviously-
new year
yeah,
started.
He can't stay healthy at all, but the dude's crazy talented. Like if
I love how his thing is like can't guard Mike.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't guard you when you're on the field, buddy.
yeah, like if you could just stay healthy, like he would be a problem again. I really
Yeah,
do think
slant
so.
boy. Yeah,
Slant boy, yeah. But
obviously not his fault though. You know,
I mean,
Saints have had really bad coaching staffs over the past few years.
I mean, just injuries are. I mean, you can't coach injuries. You can't teach them. They just happen to the worst of you. You know.
Injuries happen.
What about you
That's
guys,
my
though?
problem with the tag though. Like with
Yeah,
T, like you know what I
absolutely.
mean. Like if he gets hurt, then we're screwed with the tag.
And now at 21 mil.
It's gone.
When that is the part where I'm like, you could trade him, like because
I'd rather
you
trade him,
free
get the
up that
picks.
cap
I mean,
space.
this is a strong draft class. super strong draft class at
You
defensive
could get
tackle,
a
right
lot in
tackle,
T.
tight end. Not, I wouldn't say super strong at tight end, but corners. I mean, there's a lot of good corners in this draft.
I mean, if you did trade T and say he didn't draw a first, but you got a second and a third, second and a fourth, you could pair that with. I mean, we have 2/3. You pair that with one of those and move back up into the first. Have 2 first-round picks.
Yeah.
I mean, that's very foreseeable. I don't think they trade T though before the season starts. I just don't see it happening. I don't know if you guys think that is something that could happen.
I don't
think we're gonna trade T. I think that he's gonna sit out at camp, like hold out at camp, like Bates did, and then because he's not gonna turn down, like some people are saying, he's not gonna play on the tag. He's not gonna not play and turn down 21 mil for a year. He's still gonna, like, it's been all his agents saying all this stuff. Like obviously T wants paid, but like he's the one saying like that T like doesn't want to play, and like but T wants to still play for us. He just wants to get paid and get his extension.
I wish it was September already. Well, April, because I love the draft, but
yeah, the draft time will be nice. We'll be going live for that, so that would be a good time. I'm trying to think of like what other moves.
going live for the draft's gonna be so much fun
live reacting to it.
because then we
We'll
can
be
be
on
like,
Twitter.
what? Who the hell is that guy?
Just like a month and a half away.
Miles Murphy. I was like, what?
I was like, this is not a good.
I like Miles Murphy though. I think he can really develop into something.
I'm trying to just think of, I guess Pollard also to Tennessee, like the other big names that went other places.
I was actually shocked to
This
see.
is actually like a big like free agency, like bigger than I thought. Like
Does Dallas have a running back?
No.
They haven't
Rico
landed.
Dowdle.
Deuce Vaughn.
Deuce Vaughn and Rico Dowdle. They haven't made any moves except for Eric Kendricks like an hour ago, and they pried him away from San Fran.
Yeah, all in.
All in.
All right, skip and dip.
That comma's going down in Twitter Hall of Fame.
I mean, we pretty much hit everything in the free agency market. I mean, it's just been, I think, in recent. I mean, they're all crazy. But I just think
Russ to the Steelers.
I think this year, like, it's all like a lot of big names are on the move. Like, you don't really see that many big names on the move.
Like, I don't know. Like, we didn't talk about where Fields gonna go. Like, I don't know why Minnesota's not. Like,
Dude,
are they just not interested in Fields?
there's nowhere he can go.
Or are they just not interested, like, for the trade package that
Broncos,
Bears are wanting?
Raiders.
Like, he can go to the Broncos.
I'm naming teams he
Oh,
can go
Giants,
to.
Vikings,
But they trade for
Giants.
Giants
They
got
want to
Drew Lock.
draft.
They got Drew Lock.
Giants want to draft.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's
Maybe they're gonna wait till after the draft and
Seahawks.
Yeah, they want to
for a
ride
backup.
Gino.
I mean, the Jets, I could see potentially.
But the thing is,
he
if
could be
you
a
pick,
starter
if you
for
get Justin,
this.
you have to pick up his
His fifth year.
I want to see him in Minnesota.
Shane said 4.5, by the way. So the over under.
Take him 5. Then yeah, take him.
I'll take Gesicki at 5, over 4.5. He also said, "Who are you taking for the biggest impact move so far
for the Bengals or
for the
just in general?
Bengals?" I think if it's for the Bengals, Sheldon Rankins.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
We need that interior pass.
What did you
rush.
say earlier? We were bottom 3 in interior pass rush.
We were bottom 3 or bottom 5. We're damn near.
So I mean, right away that boosts us up to at least top 15.
Yeah, I mean he had a 14.6% interior pressure rate last year, top 10.
And then
We need that.
My second, I'm going Geno Stone.
100% Geno Stone.
Just because of the way he tracks the balls and he makes, he can make a play. He reads the quarterback very well.
Yeah.
I mean, just go watch his highlights, you can see it. But we struggled in the back end of which they kind of go hand in hand because we were very obviously the lower end of the league in pass rush. So our corners and safeties had to cover longer. So we let up a lot of big plays.
Most explosive play.
Shoring up the D line is going to help the corners and DBs. And now that we have a vet who's proven in Geno Stone, it's only going to impact us better on both sides.
I think Geno Stone will really complement Jordan Battle
absolutely
a lot better than what I think Dax Hill did. Now I think Dax Hill will be a great player for us. Like wherever we move him to, whatever his role is, I think he'll still be great. Yeah. But I think Geno Stone and Jordan Battle as being our 2 safeties for like solidified safeties,
I think
would be huge for us.
Stone. I think that's what it will be.
Yeah, and I think they might try to move Dax into that Mike Hilton role. Try to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because Mike Hilton, I mean, he's 31 right now.
I mean, he could even be.
32. I mean, he's slowing down in coverage, but his intelligence is out, off the charts.
Like Eric said, make him a roaming. Like just let him kind of spy and or like guard tight ends. Like he would excel at that.
Shane said everyone for free agency. So the biggest impact player for free agency. Kirk?
Yeah, Kirk.
Kirk?
I mean, that they could.
You got to think Falcons
Yeah.
were good
Falcons
last year.
coulda
If
won a
Desmond
lot
Ritter
more
could throw a
games.
football,
Falcons could have won a lot more games last year if they had a just good, decent quarterback. I mean, Desmond Ritter and Taylor Heineke going back and forth between who's starting each week
Yeah.
was just a mess.
also
that defense-
Arthur Smith to start off the year was
that defense was trying to carry
Horrible.
too much. Like that defense is so good. Now they don't really have pass rushers, I don't think, but they're still really good.
Kirk, and then obviously it's kind of an easy one, but D Henry. Just the way the way the Ravens scheme the run, he's going to excel there. And he's not going to have to do as much because in Tennessee, obviously, they relied on him a lot more. I think Baltimore kind of is very good at rotating the running backs and kind of using Lamar to kind of misdirect the defense.
The Lamar, Keaton Mitchell, and
like I just
Derrick
think,
Henry
I think
will be
that
great.
Derrick Henry is a huge impact. But that's a given.
I mean, depending on if Reader comes back to us, that's going to be another huge impact player for us. I missed this comment Harrison said. He said, "Is the dream of Brock Bowers dead with Gesicki coming in?"
I don't
know. We signed him
not
to
dead.
we signed Gesicki to a 1 year deal.
Not that at all.
What was Geno Stone on? Sorry to interrupt that quick. Because I was trying to think what we signed Geno to.
2 years.
2 years. All right.
2 years.
Everyone's
15.2.
Yeah, everyone's been 2, but Gesicki at 1.
I think if Fuaga and Bowers are there, we go Fuaga.
Yeah.
But I think the only way we would take Bowers, just my opinion, especially how free agency has gone, is if the tackles aren't there. I think we'd take Bowers over Latham potentially, but I think it'd be a conversation. I think if Latham and Fuaga are there, I think that they'd go those two, though. I don't know what you guys think, but
I mean, I think I'm kind of past the point of Bowers just because this right tackle group is insane. In the way I've seen the Bengals utilize tight ends, it's not really in our bag. Like you look at Mike Gesicki, I mean, he's not even like really a true tight end with it. Like
a big slot guy.
Big slot guy. I mean, I think Eric, what did you say, 70% of his snaps or something like that?
Yeah, 17 were only at tight end.
17% were only
brought
at
back
tight
Sample, baby.
Which I love. We love Sample. Big
Sample 3.
White Lightning.
White Lightning is his nickname over here.
He needed to stay in Cincy. He does so much for him.
I mean that the Bills game where Burrow just floated over and he trucked his way to the end zone.
Yeah, did you see Harrison's comment about that? If Browning was at quarterback,
9,000 touchdowns.
That's what I said. Like Browning, I'm not even gonna talk about it anymore. I don't want to bring
Dude
it
is
back
going
up.
to get flamed over here.
You guys bully me, so I don't want to bring it back up.
Oh, we're not bullying. Just giving you a little bit of a hard time. Now, obviously, I mean, I do like the plan. I like to have the plan of contingencies. And Browning is decent. I don't know.
Solid back. He could be a starter. I mean, I don't know if he moves the needle for a team with a loaded roster, obviously, like a Burrow, Josh Allen, and Patty, but he's definitely very capable of winning you games. He obviously proved it.
And like we said many times before, like it's not Jake Browning's fault we didn't make the playoffs. It's not. I mean, even if Burrow was healthy, we wouldn't have made a run just because that defense was horrible.
I mean, when Burrow went down, we were thinking like top 10 pick, and we ended up with 18.
Yeah,
making the playoffs.
Dumbass Jake Browning decided to start playing good quarterbacking.
Made the playoffs.
I was pissed when he started the ball. I mean, I wasn't like pissed. Like during the games, I'm like, hell yeah. After the games, I'm like, what the hell? Who are we gonna draft?
I was with you. I'm like, I want the Bengals to win, but at the same time, top 10 pick looks so nice.
I remember that Chiefs game. I'm like, I was getting so pissed watching that because it was so frustrating. I'm like, Burrow should be in this fucking game. I'm like, we should be, in this.
Won, yeah, for sure.
And then I'm like, afterwards, I'm like, oh, dude, I'm like, we're moving up in the draft board. Ain't nothing but a sure thing, baby.
18 is such a weird pick too.
Oh, I hate being pick 18 because it's such like it's kind of like where the Steelers have been in the last
you don't
7 years.
You're good,
you're
but
taking
not
a
good
chance,
enough.
but you're also getting a first round guy who should be like a lock, but you never know because you might reach, you might take best player available. It really depends on who we bring in these last couple of days of free agency. Like obviously, like starting caliber players. But yeah, I mean, get you excited for the draft.
Harrison said Browning is a top 32 quarterback.
I would probably say
better than Kenny Pickett. I would take Browning over Kenny Pickett.
I would say yes, he is.
We'll let's actually just have a little fun segment with this right here.
Browning or him?
Browning or him.
All right, let's hear it.
This is getting awful.
No, I don't think so. I'll just look up NFL teams.
Being between probably 35 and 40.
Okay.
All right, go.
Okay. Well, we don't even know who the Broncos starting quarterback is, so we can't even.
So yes.
So Browning.
So Browning,
So that's one.
Geno Smith or Jake Browning.
Right now,
right now.
that's really tough. That's really tough, honestly.
Upside and Browning.
I'm going Browning.
That's two.
All right.
Eric, you gonna answer?
Yeah, I'm really thinking about this.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That really is.
Yeah, shout out to Harrison for this segment here.
fun
We'll give
segment.
him the credit on this.
I'll take Smith.
Okay.
Joe Burrow, Jake Browning.
Burrow.
Burrow.
Yeah. Kirk Cousins or Jake Browning.
Cousins.
Kirk 30.
Perk 30. Yeah. Deshaun Watson or Jake Browning.
After last season,
Jake
Jake
Browning.
Browning. I would say
Yeah.
that if Deshaun gets back to what he was, Deshaun, but body of work the last season.
Yeah,
I'm
Deshaun
taking
looks
Jake Browning.
bad.
Deshaun does not look good.
I'm
at
taking
all.
Jake Browning.
Dude got paid. He doesn't have to carry.
He doesn't have to care.
Panthers or not Panthers.
Bryce
Bryce or Jake Browning.
Take Bryce.
Who'd you say?
Based off last season.
Just off last season,
If we're going strictly off last season.
Jake Browning. But I think Bryce Young is obviously ceiling.
And he didn't have really a
Yeah.
good line.
It's not his
stuff
fault.
like
I
that.
will
Yeah.
say it's not Bryce's
Yeah.
fault.
They got a line now.
Jalen Hurts or Jake Browning.
Hurts.
There too.
Yeah, he can squat 600 pounds. I don't think Jake Browning can. Tough one. Patrick Mahomes or Jake Browning. I know who Harrison's taking.
I'm taking Patty.
I know who Harrison's
Pat.
taking right here. Anyone gonna take Jake Browning? Okay.
I think Harrison will.
I think Harrison.
Lamar Jackson or Jake Browning.
Lamar.
More.
Tyler Huntley. 49ers. Brock Purdy or Jake Browning.
Purdy.
Purdy.
Pretty.
He's pretty good.
He's a game man.
Purdy
He's pretty
good.
good. CJ Stroud or Jake Browning.
Stroud.
And,
Yes.
Should wear the jersey.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
Giants. They don't even really have a
I would
quarterback.
take- I
We're
would
going
take
to
Browning
go
over-
Danny Dimes.
I would take Browning over Danny Dimes.
I would take
Take
Browning.
Yeah.
He's gonna get cut.
Sam Darnold or Jake Browning.
Browning.
Baker Mayfield or Jake Browning.
Baker.
Baker
looked good last
Baker deserves that contract. I'm a big Baker
Outside of
fan.
the rushing side, Baker had better passing stats than Lamar last year in the Marvel.
I mean, Baker
Shh.
dogged out.
He said, "Shh."
Don't bring that up. Too
Baker got that dog in him.
He woke up feeling dangerous. Every game he woke up feeling dangerous. Was it Trey Palmer?
Smelling salts, bro.
Yeah, he's like, I woke up pissed off.
I woke up pissed off. He got a touchdown
Yeah.
every game. Man, oh man. Matthew Stafford or Jake Browning?
Stafford.
Easy. Commanders.
I mean, go
Like
Howell.
Drake May or
I'm taking Browning. Not ever Drake May, but
yeah, Howard, Jake Browning.
Browning.
Yeah, that's
Takes care of the ball more.
Kyler or Jake Browning. That's actually
Kyler.
No, Kyler. Kyler for sure.
Kyler,
People
dude.
be sleeping on
Yeah,
Kyler.
Kyler.
I
go
love
Kyler.
Kyler. It's just the injuries. You know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm just
big
going
Kyler fan over here, but it's the injuries. Jared Goff or Jake Browning.
Goff.
Golf.
Yeah, Goff's been balling over there in Detroit. A-Rod.
Rodgers.
Can we go off of last season for him? He only
His
had 4
4
plays.
snaps, yeah.
Four
4
snaps.
snaps.
Still taking Rodgers.
He's 4 plays.
Raiders.
Minshew.
Aiden O'Connell, Mitch
I'd
Minshew.
say he's right on the line with Minshew. I would say that's a very good comp.
So would you take Minshew or Jake
I'd
Browning?
take Browning.
I like that. Josh Allen, not even gonna.
Yeah, you don't need that.
Russell Wilson or Jake Browning?
Russ.
Yeah, Russ.
Yeah.
Russ was not the
That's what I'm
problem.
saying. He's gonna be like 35 to 40. Is
Will-
what I think Browning is.
Will
One of the
Levis.
better backups.
Do we said Jake Browning quite
Yeah,
a bit on here?
Browning. I think Browning's 28 to 32, probably.
Browning for the Titans over Will Levis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Patriots, Jake Browning.
Well,
I'm not
Levis
gonna.
had no protection.
I'm not gonna bring up
Yeah,
Okay.
but I just think
Bailey
Browning
Zappi.
is- No.
Dak Prescott. Not even gonna question it.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence or Jake Browning. I struggle with this because I'm not
Trevor,
that. I don't
but
like
he
Trevor
will.
Lawrence all that much,
I'm
but
gonna take Trevor, but Trevor is very overrated.
yeah, he's not. What was his nickname?
T-Law? Trevor Lawrence?
No,
Who's the name you talking about?
I don't know. Derek Carr, or Jake Browning. Jake
Derek
Browning
Carr.
just because of that contract, honestly.
Yeah, but if you're looking at it like that, then it's like
I would probably
Yeah, but he's horrible
I'm
on a
gonna take
horrible,
Derek
on a
Carr,
horrible contract.
but I don't think Derek Carr is like anything crazy.
Justin Herbert or Jake Browning, not.
Oh,
Now with Chicago, do we want to go Caleb Williams
Just say
or
Fields. Just Fields
Yeah,
or
go
go
Fields.
I'm
we haven't seen
I'm
him
still
play
taking Jake
snap
Browning.
info.
Browning over
Take
Fields.
Browning over Fields.
I take Fields.
Yeah, I'm going Fields.
Okay.
I'm doing it for the spice.
I'm
Tua-
going for the spice.
Tua or Jake Browning.
Tua.
Tua.
Okay. Tough one. Colts. Joe Flacco or Jake Browning.
Flacco fever.
Now it's the Colts, so I'm going to go Anthony Richardson
Oh, Anthony.
Richardson.
over. Yeah, I'll take Anthony
Hope he
Richardson.
stays healthy. He's
But I mean, they just signed Joe Flacco to an $8 million
Yeah.
contract to be a backup, which is crazy because he's what 37.
Good for him.
Hopefully AR.
Yeah, right. Good for him. Get in the
I
bag.
think last year he was on the couch.
Hopefully AR can stay
Yeah.
healthy.
Harrison said Browning over Mahomes, and then he said, "What could we get for trading Burrow and trusting our
Yeah,
real
real
QB?"
A lot.
You know, it's hard to say. Man, just getting what are you guys expecting? You know,
The rest of free agency or
rest for the Bengals. What are you expecting?
I think we
The rest of
signed-
free agency, the draft, and the season.
So, our free agency, I think we signed 1 to 2 more starting defensive style players. Offense, I hope we sign a tackle, either if it's a depth piece or a starter. Obviously, he'd be the starter right now, but and just kind of maybe some depth pieces, maybe 2 or 3 more depth guys going into the draft. I really hope that we go if Fuaga and Latham are there. You take one of those two. We really nail those 3 to 6 rounds. Those guys. Got to go. I think we have to go D tackle in the draft. Probably could take another pass rusher and tight end. Maybe a late round running back, depending. And then going into this season, after everything kind of settles with the roster and all that kind of stuff, I think the expectation for the Bengals should definitely be, making the Super Bowl again.
D. Coldest just
yeah.
tweeted, "Load that box up."
So I mean, that's
I
just
think
me.
something's
I don't know
coming.
about you, but anybody want to go next?
I think
I'm pretty much with you. I think throughout free agency, I think they get another tight end. More depth on the O line, D line. So if an injury happened last year, the Bengals are screwed. They had you to put out there Trey Hill. I hate Trey Hill. Can't stand him. But yeah, if he went out there to play guard or center, I mean,
We did lose
You're
a
screwed.
Deniji. He went to Cleveland. We didn't really. I mean, obviously, we
Yeah,
don't
he
really need
was-
to talk about it, but he's a good.
yeah,
was a
he
decent-
wasn't bad. Yeah, he was on the
was a
Super Bowl
decent
team. He
backup.
played.
I think hopefully we bring in like a Trent Brown as a right tackle, and then still be able to draft a tackle in the late rounds, like I said, and they could be behind Trent Brown for however long we sign him, probably like 1 or 2 years. I think we bring in a corner, like everybody's been speculating, whether it's Fuller or somebody else that's out there in free agency. And then I'm hoping we bring in either another nose tackle, whether it's Reader, maybe it's Hart, somebody else, and then so we can still draft one and have a good rotation in there. But man, I love what we're doing so far. Like I know in the beginning we were kind of like, wake up, Duke, but Duke's cooking slowly but surely. He's cooking. I think he's got the vision of what he's wanting to do with this. It's just whether they want to pay the money to get the guys that we need. But
I think it's the last 3 free agencies. Bengals have spent the most money. So shout out Duke. What about you, Jordan?
Shout out Duke. Rest of free agency, lockdown reader. Need a lockdown reader. That's we have until
that would be such a
we have about less than
Probably 12 hours.
say 10.
Well, you don't know when he's getting on the
I don't know
plane
when
now.
that flight leaves.
That's why I said he might already left because it's tomorrow. It's probably like early, like starts not super early, but
He's leaving tomorrow.
His flight's Thursday.
I don't
They said his
know.
flight's Thursday, not that he's
Yeah,
visiting.
his visit is Thursday.
Yeah, but a lot of guys flying the day of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Remember Orlando Brown? He got off the plane with his little
Foxtail.
yeah, his little pocket tail.
Yeah.
Don't know where that thing was tucked, but
Hopefully, in his pocket. She reminds me of Lowell Collins when he came to Cincy. And they're like always heading on a plane to Miami. The Bengals hurried up and signed him.
yeah.
So this is what
But
DJ's trying to
DJ
do.
Reader is still not a Bengal, and it's 9:38 at night
Eastern
Yeah,
time.
Duke's not up yet.
Eastern time.
I mean, some people are on different time zones.
You know Duke, he loves to work late.
What's up? All right. fine.
People in different time zones know they're in a different time
I
zone.
know. Whatever. whatever. Oh my
Okay.
God.
Where was I? Get Reader, get a corner. Fuller, I'd like Fuller, veteran guy in that room. Draft, right tackle, D tackle, tight end, corner. Get another young guy in there.
Another running back or no?
It really just depends.
Not before the 4th.
Not before the 4th. I would, as much as I love Blake Corum, I don't want to take him, early. I like Marshawn Lloyd. That Louisville running back who had a fast ass 40.
Gerardo
I
or
like him.
Herrera. I don't know.
Trey Benson from Florida. Ethan said earlier in the comments that he wants him. I do like Trey Benson. I'm trying to think of some other running backs. Marshawn Lloyd, Braylon Allen. I like.
What about Estime?
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
Really slow 40, but
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan.
I like Blake Corum. I think Blake Corum might be the best.
I like Blake
back.
Corum.
I think he might be the best.
he had a really
back.
good 3-cone drill. Then season, nothing less than a Super Bowl. Obviously, like last year was
Changes
kind
as
of
we get there, but
yeah. We don't. Last year's not what I was expecting at all. You know what I mean? So I mean, the Chiefs are trying to three-peat. I want to be the Eli Manning and the Giants.
the team that knocks them off. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be the one.
Because right now they have the crown. They have all the right to talk. They're back-to-back champs.
Yep.
Like Burrow said, they're top dog. If you want them to take the spot, you got to beat them. So
Yep. You got to dethrone them. We got to be the ones to do it, and I think we can. Texans might beat us to it, honestly. I mean, they're balling in free agency right now.
They're looking tough.
They got some draft picks they can still get, and
Yeah.
CJ Stroud hopefully
AFC is
hits
gonna be
not
a tough
hopefully hits a sophomore slump, but hopefully he sucks against us and sucks enough to where
One game you just got to suck, man. If we play in the playoffs,
if we play in the playoffs, I need you to have your worst game. Go back to I don't know.
He
Do
didn't
you have a
come
bad
back.
Ohio State game?
probably not.
Oh, good. Yeah, Michigan. Probably
Yeah, against
Michigan.
Michigan,
A
yeah.
Michigan game. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's
I don't know if we'll be live next week, just because of all the wedding stuff we got
oh
going
yeah,
on.
Jordan's getting married.
So
Shout out Jordan.
we do have a bunch of stuff with that. So we got to figure out our schedule for that, and then
Like
hopefully we can
a short one, maybe even if it's
try to get a short one in. If not, we'll see you guys after that.
Yeah.
We'll see you after that, and then the draft.
Yeah. Draft. I mean, draft talk is definitely going to be kind of our focal point after free agency kind of slows down now.
Yep.
At this point, gonna try to get some more deeper mocks. Like maybe do some you pick a team, I pick a team, he picks a team. Maybe go in depth with some guys, but just gonna kind of probably focus more on the draft itself going forward until the draft, obviously.
Yeah, for sure. And with that, we're gonna end tonight's stream. It's 9:42. People got work in the morning. People want to go to bed. Chill. So we'll see you guys soon.
See ya.
Take some time in the streams.